What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 here, back for another video. Today we're gonna unbox this gigantic, massive, defective loot from Big Bad Toy Store. I'm gonna post the link down below if you guys are interested. If you want to roll the dice, hey man, if you get like a really bad item, do not blame me. They say it is defective, so whenever you buy these kind of things, really you're rolling the dice. And I was willing to. I was gonna buy that Wolverine statue to begin with, so I did. And here we are. It's a massive box. Massive box. It looks one of those boxes that we send to the Philippines for our relatives every Christmas or their birthdays. Anyone who knows this know what I'm talking about. But it is beautiful. Let's check them out. As you can see here, there's Beast. Again, they post one every day. And as you can see there, they kind of like mark out the barcode. I'm guessing so they don't scan it at the warehouse when they're picking up items to know that they are defective. Right off the bat, you can see this Mayfax Cyclops is missing that regular head, and the other item is the kind of like his visor that goes around his neck when he is in the I guess like regular mode. So there's two head sculpts right there. The other ones I'll show you guys later on what's wrong with them. Some of them doesn't have anything wrong with him. This Yamaguchi, you can see he doesn't have a face, but it's somewhere in there. I know. This one has no missing accessories, but there's a damage to it. This cable right here, again, amazing Yamaguchi. I can tell you right off the bat there's nothing wrong with this cable. I'm guessing it's a return. Somebody just changed their mind. This is the Wolverine 3-pack from Marvel Legends, Marvel 80 Years. I actually thought of buying this when I first saw this on GameStop. You know, I think last year towards around Christmas time or so. I was just intrigued by it because Hato's not making the X-Men, so I was just like, might as well, you know, dabble into that. And Iron Studios Beast, man, I'm telling you, after this thing that I did, my view has changed completely for Iron Studios, completely, in a positive way. Pyro and all of these, I'm just doing an unboxing, but I'm gonna do a formal review on some of the items that I received here, maybe all of them outside of the one that's really damaged. And this big boy right here, this is what I bought this for, man. Sideshow Collectibles Premium Format Edition 216, which is 2216, I mean, which is pretty high for a statue, but it's, hey, I don't care about the edition size, man. I don't care about that. I care about what's going to be displayed in my collection, and I couldn't be any happier and scared at the same time. All right, so the box was in decent shape. I'm not going to show that to you guys. It's in decent shape. You'll see it on the review. But what I'm interested in is in the product inside. The box could be beat up for all I care. I'm never going to sell this. No plans. But I'm expecting some sort of a damage with this Wolverine. I mean, that's why that's in the defective loot, right? Paint chips, anything, you know, something, you know, broken, whatever. I know the claws weren't broken because they showed it. Even if it was, I can probably like stick together. But you can see the head sculpt right here. It's in perfect condition. I'm looking at this statue, like, you know, with a fine tooth comb, and it's gonna be hard because his entire outfit has weathering, some battle damage on it. And this guy is heavy, by the way. This base, it's amazing. It's a Sentinel hand. And again, this is not a review. This is merely me unboxing this, guys, to you guys. Just to give you a general scope of what you might expect when you are purchasing this type of collectibles. So this is Wolverine, and as you can see, it's kind of snug in there. So again, I was expecting some sort of a damage, but so far, man, the body is pristine. The head sculpt is pristine. Danny even pointed out the claws, maybe some unpainted areas in there, so I was on the lookout for that. He even mentioned some tilting and all that stuff. There's some black marks in there, but it's going to be covered by the claws anyway. Some weathering on the boots. So nothing so far. And I was gonna put it in, but you know, I kind of want to put that in the camera, so let me put it back here. And as far as the claws are concerned, I was just like, all right, maybe there's some chips on the claws or unpainted areas, but nothing, like really nothing that stands out to me right off the bat. Maybe there's some paint chips on the leg, on the sole of the shoe. I don't know, but whatever that is, it doesn't bother me, whatever the case is. So now let's take a look at Beast from Iron Studios. Now this guy, let's just say I kind of underestimated what do you call this, Iron Studios. I was always under the impression that it doesn't have any presence because it's 1/10. Boy, I was wrong. I got these guys and I was pleasantly surprised. We're gonna go more in depth again on the review because I'm gonna review this thing. You can see something fell off right away. This is a part of that on the top. Honestly, so I glued it in. You won't even know because it has a hole that it's supposed to go in. But that's pretty much it. And you know, there's some, it's his fingernails anyway, which is black, which you can get a marker and kind of dab a marker in there and it's gonna blend in and it's black, you know, which I did. And then the base right here, beautiful base, by the way. It's a sentinel head and there's a lot of details in it. But basically that's the only thing that's wrong with this Beast. There's a little bit of white, but mind you, those white paint chips are the one that's gonna key into the base anyway, which you won't see that. That's probably why it has that, you know, those paint chips, because they're kind of digging into the sentinel base, which is, you know, it is what it is. But again, like I said, it's a black paint, so very easy to touch up. So this is worth like 175 with those damages. Very easy to do, you know, very easy to fix. So now let's go to Pyro. And this guy is retailing at around 156 on their website at Big Bad Toy Store, which is still available, by the way. This one, you open it up, I'm guessing, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys here, this is a return. Some guy changed his mind because the moment you open it up, look at that, even the fire effects are still intact inside the thing. You know when something has been, you know, dropped or anything. This feels like, I don't know, like they just changed their mind halfway. It was just, oh, this is too small. Put it right back and returned it. Maybe they took out Pyro, because you can see here he's kind of like unboxed, but you can see the flame effects. I mean, some people can return things the way they opened it. Most don't. But inspecting this right off the bat, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, after inspecting it for a long time, I have it on display now. There's nothing definitely wrong with it. So far, I have Wolverine that has nothing wrong with it. And Pyro, Beast, very minimal. So out of those three, I paid $550 for the set. And so far, I've had $800 worth, roughly, you know, with those, a bit of damages on Beast, of items that I'm an X-Men fan. So this is like music to my ears right now. This Pyro and Beast and Wolverine, that by itself, in my opinion, was worth the gamble for me. Those three, Magneto, the 6 scale, that's one more thing that I'm really excited about, because I want that to be somewhat decent. You know, I know the issues with Magneto, and there's a bunch, honestly, from Sideshow. Anytime that you get Sideshow, but look at this guy right here, it's perfect. No paint chips, nothing. So now with Magneto, it's small imprint as well as far as the box. And this guy right here, I was excited for this because I don't have this, and I love Magneto. This is sold out on Sideshow. You can still purchase this, but I don't really want to pay retail for Sideshow pieces, because they're always a hit or miss. You know, their bodies are terrible. There's always something wrong with them. And if you're paying a premium price for these guys, for the most part, you know, you want it to be pristine. And for this guy right here, only because they're out of stock pretty much already at Big Bad and Sideshow, I think they're on wait list. You're gonna buy them used, and broken elbow right off the bat. You can see the other one's really stiff as well. And I already know that it's one of their thing. The thing with this elbow is you can snap it back. You can insert it back into the peg. you won't really have any choice of I guess articulating it, so to speak, like bending it, but accessories are all intact. It's the elbow, and the thing is, the suit inside was damaged, as you can see there. Maybe the person is not handling this correctly, but it will work. It would still work as far as my display. Can I part it out and sell it? I could, but I probably won't, because I can still post them. So this cable from Amazing Yamaguchi Rebel Tech, this one has all, you know, I first and foremost, I know nothing about these guys, so I probably would sell this, you know, opening it up, I can tell that this was new, because you still have the sleeves, you know, like the plastic sleeves on his abdomen, and once you take that off, you can't. Again, this is, you know, the insert is kind of beat up, but everything is intact. I tested the joints and all that stuff. This doesn't go well with what I am collecting. I can give it to my boys and let them play with it, but this is $96, apparently brand new, and this is pretty much brand new. It's outside of the seal. Look at that. It has a purse. Just crazy for something that's worth like $96, I guess. You know, it has purse. It's well articulated. You can see it has plastics inside. You know, you can put that back, but not those, you know, plastics on the joints and all that stuff. So whoever bought this didn't even bother playing around with this. I might review this, or I might not. I'm probably just gonna sell this right off the bat. I don't know how much for. I mean, maybe half, 50. You know, it's brand new basically, and there's nothing wrong with it. Compared to Magneto. Magneto has like just a broken elbow, which sucks, because I was hoping that guy would be somewhat decent, and it is. I can still pose it, but this guy is brand new. It has instructions. You can. I've watched the Amazing review of this guy, and it looks like if you're into like action figures, there's so much you could do. But man, it's $96, almost $100. It's almost in the. It's for the most part, it's more expensive than a what do you call that? That 112. And this is another Amazing Yamaguchi. And then you got Cyclops here from Mayfax. Cyclops doesn't have anything wrong with it outside of it's missing some pieces. Whoever bought this probably just returned and say that's missing pieces, but he just kind of, you know, bamboozled his way in there and basically stole that piece. So there's people like that. So, but yeah, let's take a look at Gambit. With Gambit, this is probably the worst item in the box, because it has a damage that irreparable. Magneto is, because I've seen it on Reddit where they replace the body and it actually looks great, but you need to have a technical know-how removing the suit, stitching it right back in, you know, things of that nature. This one has a broken leg. You can see right off the bat it has a broken leg, which I glued in, and it will be permanent. I'll give it to my boys and let them play with it. You know, that's basically the use of this guy. So from here on out, all I'm receiving now is bonuses, right? Because my main goal was to get that Wolverine, and if that is somewhat decent, I can roll the dice with the Iron Studios one, because Iron Studios is like $150 a pop. There's two of them, so that's already $300. You get Magneto, that's $200 something, and yes, it has a broken arm, but let's say you price that at around $100, because, you know, with the damages and whatnot. Let's say you price it at $100. I'm still making it out to around $900 at this point. So these guys, if I can sell, for example, Cable for $50 locally, which I don't have to ship it, I can recoup that cost, you know, and maybe sell Cyclops for another $50. I mean, brand new of this is $96, and this is pretty much brand new, outside of the person stole the head sculpt and maybe the base. I don't know if it comes with a base. Let me know if you're collecting Mayfax. But yeah, it has no base whatsoever, so that is missing. That head sculpt's supposed to be there, and then there's a neck piece that's supposed to go downwards. And I listed this up in OfferUp. If no one buys it on OfferUp, you know what? I'm gonna line it up right next to my Wolverine that is Mezco, and with that Cable. If no one buys it, and just, you know, display it with my son's room, and he plays with it. He can destroy it if he wants. You know, I mean, still $96, man, for them to play around. Lucky kids, but that is I guess one of those things where you get some bonuses when you pick this one up. This defective loot. Again, they don't hide it. It's called defective loot, and you see the leg came off, but you can snap it off easily. And apparently, you know, that they do that, you know, and even on the Amazing Yamaguchi, apparently it kind of gets disassembled quite easily. And this one, Marvel Legends, right on the bat, you can see that they're complete. Man, the back just gives me memories of these, you know, playing cards or trading cards, whatever you want to call them. I used to have them when I was younger. They were amazing, and I just want to collect them. I loved to draw when I was younger, so I would get these guys and, you know, try to imitate that, you know, try to draw them my own, and it is a beautiful thing. So right off the bat, you can take this out and you can see all the accessories are intact. So you pull them out, you know that no one touched them. You see that they're tight. I mean, I pride myself in putting the things back as when I sell them the same way, but I don't know. I think no one has. I'm guessing this is a return, because look at how tight they are. I mean, you can't. I don't think anyone can actually put them the same way they took it out. Up until I took this out, and right off the bat, I see that the one thing that's wrong with it is the bone claw is missing one claw. You know, there's only two on them on the right hand side, but you see those heads right here. It is tough, and I'm not even gonna put this on camera because I don't want to mess them up. But I'm guessing maybe somebody bought it, and right off the bat he saw, I was like, dude, there's only one. I didn't realize it up until later when I was like checking it out, because I was like, what is wrong with this? There's nothing wrong with it. So Wolverine, the bone claw at least, only has two claws, but other than that, everything is in pristine condition, pretty much new. So like I said, look at this. I'm like, it's like airtight in there. So I don't know. It's a good thing. So this is everything that I've got from that defective pile of loot. Needless to say, there's two things that was pretty bad, which is, you can see Gambit is still standing up because I glued the feet back together, and Magneto still posed up pretty well. Overall, whatever my experiences with this pile of loot is pretty darn good. I can tell you that right off the bat. Look at with the Pyro, Wolverine, and Beast. Right off the bat, those three were all worth it. Worth it. Now, I'm not saying you're going to have the same experience as me. It is called defective pile of loot for a reason. So it's a roll of the dice. From my experience right now, I would say this is not the last time I'm going to do this. If I see, the key here is you see something that might interest you, and you're willing to roll the dice, and you research what potential damages could it be. I mean, it could be anything, but with Magneto, looking up on Reddit and some posts, I knew that the elbow was pretty bad. So let's say from Sideshow Wolverine, let's say you have the 6 scale, it might be splitting on the arms, you know, for all you know. But you gotta be, once you get this, you can't be the type of person who is kind of anal about these things. You know, you got to be able to fix things, live with, you know, partial imperfections. But if it happens to be like mine, then I think it's worth it. What I got here, I'm pretty sure it's worth it. Look at that Magneto. That is a broken arm, and it is the left arm that's broken. And look at how it's posed. It's not really broken. It's out of the socket, so I just popped it right back in, and I'm not gonna bend it ever. You know, so here it is. You know, mostly their display. I don't play around with it anyway. You know, the poses that I'm gonna make with him are gonna be limited to what I know I could do. So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, from my experience, like I said, it is a pretty good haul. Hopefully, if you're gonna dive into this, you're gonna have the same experience as I do. If not, don't blame me for it, because I don't set these pieces. But my experience, like I said, if I see something that I wanted, definitely will try it again. So thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll post the link, by the way, for this loot. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.